The biggest myth I hear right now is that webinars are dead, but they're not dead. Maybe it's the platform that you're using. Maybe Facebook ads to webinars, they had their heyday 3-5 years ago, but right now YouTube ads to webinars are working incredibly well, and we're actually getting an average of 50 to 60% show up rates between us and our clients running YouTube ad to webinar. That's not even a VSL training. That's an actual on-demand, every hour on the hour, evergreen webinar. So what we're gonna be covering in this video today is the common questions that people ask. Are webinars dead? We'll give you the answer to that in just a second. We already gave you a little bit of a spoiler. Then we'll be covering how you can use YouTube ads to get more webinar registrations and the secret sauce that goes into getting them to convert and bring in more high quality leads. And then we're going to be covering exactly what benefits you get using YouTube ads to your webinar versus Facebook ads. We'll talk about the learner's mindset and how important it is, the frame that somebody is going into when they register for a webinar. You're not going to want to miss this video, so let's jump into it right now. Is from Javier, asks, are webinars still good? This is a great question, because what I have heard, and I've heard this from people, is webinars are dead, right? I've heard people say that time and time. They're like, webinars are dead, webinars aren't working anymore. That's not true. Maybe webinars on the platform, so maybe Facebook ads to webinars are dead. I don't know. I'm not going to say they are or they aren't. I know people who still see success with that. But the results have been dropping on Facebook ads to webinars, because the problem is everybody's just scrolling through. I found everybody's just running the exact same ads to the same people with the same funnels on Facebook. What we're talking about is a blue ocean with YouTube ads, right? And think about it. Everybody's just running the same cut and paste ads, you know, basically the same like half a dozen audiences, Gary Vee, Frank Kern, Tony Robbins, all of this, you know, Russell Brunson, ClickFunnels, all this stuff, and then the same funnels. So what we recommend doing is using YouTube ads with a new platform, new audiences, new funnels with YouTube ads that you can actually get in front of people with the right message at the right time. That's what we talk about. So that's one thing that I wanted to illustrate. But to answer your question, are webinars still good? Absolutely. Let me just go through some of the stats that we're seeing right now. From YouTube ads to webinars in general, we are seeing a 50 to 60% show up rate across us and our clients on webinars for webinar registrants. 50 to 60% show up rates. Maybe you were getting that 3-4 years ago on Facebook, but the reason people say webinars are dead is people's show up rates are just in the floor. They're like 25% from the people that I've spoken with, you know, and the problem is people aren't even attending that long of the webinar. We're seeing 50 to 60% webinar show up rates on YouTube ads to webinars. And think about it. Why is that? It's because what is YouTube other than, or what is a webinar other than a longer form video? And what are people doing on YouTube? They're watching videos to solve a problem. So if you get in front of that video with an ad that hooks them in, that educates, that gives them a little bit of value right off the bat, but teases them just enough so they will want more, then has a call to action. The call to action leads to your webinar. Then on your webinar, you're providing more value. They're going to stick around. They're going to watch it. They're going to show up because you had that educate component, right? So you get them to show up to the webinar. You have that hook, right? And at the same time, they're already watching videos. So you already know they're in a video consumption learner's mindset. So they're much more likely to actually go on and watch your webinar than on Facebook. We've all done it. We're just scrolling by. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, maybe I'll sign up for that. But then they don't watch it. Versus on YouTube, they're watching videos right now. And then if you get in front of them with an ad, and then that ad then leads to your webinar, and they sign up and you provided some value on the ad so that they see you as the expert, they see what you have as what they want, then they're much more likely to show up and watch your webinar. So not only are we seeing an average of 50 to 60% show up rates on webinars between us and our clients, on my personal webinar, and this is the original one, by the way, obviously we just launched the new webinar for coaches, consultants, course creators, but the original webinar that we have, which is just in general YouTube ads for leads and sales, which again is still a great webinar. They're two totally different webinars. One just, you know, overall YouTube ads, one is specifically for coaches, consultants, course creators. But our original YouTube ads webinar is an hour and 8-minute long webinar, and our average watch time is 53 minutes, where we give the offer to book a call with our team at 45 minutes. So our average watch time is longer than where we have our call to action to book a call. And obviously we provide a lot of value on the webinar. You guys know me, I'm a value first kind of person, but at the same time, it's the platform and it's the ad and it's the way you get people into it. So webinars are not dead. You know, I won't say whether the platform's dead or not, but Facebook ads to webinar, I will give you, it's not looking too hot right now. YouTube ads to webinar is absolutely where it is at right now. And the other thing too is, to be honest, I've heard people say, okay, VSL, Facebook ads to VSL, that VSL is, like, VSLs are in. And I'm not saying VSLs don't work. And also people run YouTube ads to VSLs. That's a video sales letter, by the way. It's like a 10, 15-minute video. People run Facebook ads to VSLs and that works. And YouTube ads to VSLs, I mean to say, and that works well. But if you could get somebody to watch a 10 or 15-minute video or an hour-minute webinar, and let's just say all things are equal and they'll watch the whole thing, which would you rather have? Somebody watch 10 minutes worth of content or an hour? Well, it's always an hour. Like it's not, I've heard some people try and say that VSLs are better than webinars. Like if you can get people to watch a whole webinar, I'll have people watch a whole webinar every day versus a VSL. The reason that people are going to VSLs, again, video sales letter, that's like a 10, 15-minute training video. The reason people are going to that on Facebook is because the attention span on Facebook is going down and down and down, and they need to give something that really cuts through the noise and goes really fast. But webinars are still going to convert better. Like we've run split tests on this, right? Because obviously you can still get people to sign up for a VSL with YouTube ads. I've split tests. I have a VSL that I kind of retired. Now I'm replacing with a new webinar, YouTube ads for coaches, consultants, course creators. I used to have a VSL that was YouTube ads for high ticket sales, and consistently our main webinar, which isn't even about high ticket sales, it's just in general YouTube ads, consistently outperformed the VSL. Now we're actually replacing the VSL with a new webinar for that reason, because YouTube ads to webinar just works so well. I hope you found this video valuable. If you guys want to learn more about YouTube ads for your own business, check out all the links down below. We have a link to our YouTube ads webinar where we dive into exactly how YouTube ads work for your business. We also have a version of our webinar specifically for coaches, consultants, course creators that shows you how to build an infinite pipeline of high ticket clients. So just choose the webinar that works best for you. And if you are ready to schedule a call with our team to walk you through exactly how YouTube ads can be implemented into your own business, you can go to adoutreach.com/apply. The link's right down there in the description to schedule a call with our advising team to learn a little bit more about your business, your current marketing, walk you through YouTube ads, see if that's a good fit. And if it is a good fit, we'll map out exactly what that can look like in your business. Also down below, we have links to some case studies, testimonials, so take a look at that below as well. Feel free to subscribe, hit the bell notification so that you get notified whenever we have a new video on YouTube ads and marketing, and also join our Facebook group below as well so that you can actually get access to free trainings, content, and resources. It's another great hub for you to access everything YouTube ads. So thank you for watching. All the links will be right down there in the description, and I'll see you guys next time.